Hey everybody, oh sorry, wrong way. My name is Meg and I am I'm here from the LovenStamps studio, which of course, you know, technology always brings us extra joy every morning. So happy pre-Friday on this Thursday morning. And we are going to talk about a project today featuring the Pets and More stamp set. So this cute one here from the new Stampin' Up! Online exclusives. And we are going to combine it with a greeting set to give us lots of possibilities. And of course, Pepper loves this one the most, which is why you can hear her over here. And so the greeting set we're gonna add is Love for You, which here, I'll let you kind of look at these right here. So this stamp set includes some really terrific greetings. And let's zoom in or not. There we go. Some really terrific greetings. One of the ones that I really love is this Nobody Gets Me Like You Do. And that is, of course, a great card to send to any friend. But, you know, extra fun when it features our pet friends because, let's face it, they get us so well, too. All right. This project is one of the cards featured this month for the LovenStamps tutorials. And so I'm going to show you a layout that is a really simple one, but with a little twist on it that really helps to emphasize a focal point. So I think you're going to get a lot out of that. Hello again, everybody who's commenting. I actually started this video once before and I had like a little... it has to do with the hardware accelerator on my computer. You don't want to hear the details, and I don't really know details. So anyway, we're back. So thanks. I'm glad you guys have stuck it out here. So say hi if you're back for sure. And then this is going to be our card base. So it is just a regular half sheet of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, and we're going to score it. So normally for a Z fold, we score in the middle of the card front, but we're going to make this one a narrow Z fold. So I'm going to go ahead and score at 4 1/4, and then I'm going to score at 1 1/4 inches from the end. So a really narrow score there. And then we're going to fold in half and fold our front flat back. Now, I realize that this is a Z fold, so it's out there. We've been doing these for years. I do a lot of Z folds. But my dear friend, Mary Ellen Stice, who's a very talented stamper, featured this for a meeting recently, our LovenStamps team Stamp and Share. And so we had like a Zoom together and she demonstrated this card via Zoom, this card layout. So she used different stamp set and so forth, but I looked at it and I was like, oh, why have I not done more narrow Z fold cards? So I decided to add one for our project here. All right. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Denise. Good to see you guys this morning. All right. So what we're going to do is go ahead and add some layers to this. This is one of the card kits for LovenStamps tutorials for the month of March. So you will get this kit with all of its pre-punched and so forth pieces in the mail. If your online order with me during March is more than $50. And if you are interested in making this card, there is a supply link in the video description and in the comments here on the live stream, so you can look and see all the pieces that are included. But we're also featuring the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper, which is underneath a pile of things here on the side of my piece. So all these fun pastels, you can see all my scraps, and they are all ready to go. So for this card, you're going to need 2 strips that are 1 inch wide, and they are 5.5 inches tall. So this strip covers the whole front of the card here. One of the things I love about multi-purpose liquid glue is that you have an extra second or two to go ahead and pop it, move your piece around. If it didn't stick down exactly where you wanted it the first time, you can just nudge that just a little bit and get it set up where you want it. Okay, so this is going to be the front of our card. One of the great things about a Z fold card is that when you open it, your front panel here shows. Okay. So then we're going to take these papers, which are 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to go ahead and pop them on our card too. And I want the lemon lolly side to show. And we're going to put one inside and one on the front. Now, normally when I do a Z fold card, I don't decorate the inside, the left panel quite so much. But on this one, you get a ton of real estate showing from that area. So we're gonna definitely take advantage of decorating it. So I've got one panel here and I've got one panel over here. I'm gonna try and get these the same orientation so that they just sort of continue that visual line. Okay, so same size, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right, so you can kind of see where we're going here with our Z-fold here. So isn't this narrow size really fun? You can imagine any designer series paper with this, any fun suite or whatever strikes your fancy. Hey, Jeffrey. All right, so next thing, we're gonna have a basic white panel that's gonna go here. And because we have some pets, we're gonna go ahead and use Azure Afternoon. And I'm gonna stamp some accessory images here on the inside. So I'm gonna grab the little paw print. I think we're gonna add a dog to this card. So I'll pull the puppy out. And I need a tiny black here for our paw print. So here is Azure Afternoon, which is one of the colors here featured in our designer series paper. So I'm gonna just have some footprints kind of going up the side of our card here. And I kind of missed that one. So let's see if I can, stamp it again. It's always a trick, right? To stamp over something, but sometimes it works really well. All right, clean off any extra ink from the extra side bit there. And then we're gonna go ahead and add this here inside our card. So I don't know about you guys, I don't use a ton of pastels. They're not necessarily my jam, except this time of year, late winter, early spring, I always feel the pastels. It just feels like spring is coming and it's light and airy and happy. And that's why I guess this paper is called Lighter Than Air. It matches the hot air balloon, so that's probably really why, but I feel like the colors are right in there too. So, hey Linda, hey Cindy. All right, yeah, Cindy says she loves the bright colors. All right, so there we have our paw prints, but we need a focal point for this. Now, when you're doing a narrow Z-fold card, this right here is where the focal point is gonna go. It's really tempting to wanna keep it right all on this strip, but a better visual choice is gonna be to overlap this edge here so that when you open this, you're gonna have a piece that kind of goes into the next panel and then continues with your eye across that card layout. So we're gonna add a punched piece for that. And so I'm gonna grab this element here and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put our puppy here on it. And let's see, I'm gonna use 2 yellows for this. I'm gonna use Lemon Lolly, which is gonna come from our card, and then also Daffodil Delight, which is gonna give us one brighter shade here so that it really just shows up nicely. And let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp our dog friend here. So I'm gonna stamp it first in Daffodil Delight so that we get a really nice image. And then I'm just gonna do a quick clean off here and flip our stamp around to the back side since this is a reversible. And we're going to use Lemon Lolly with a really nice light bit here. I'm gonna do one stamp off on a piece of scrap paper and then stamp here. Now I find a lot of times I stamp off on my glass mat. I found with this really big flat area, I don't get quite as much evenness from stamping off on my glass mat as I do from just another piece of scrap paper. So that's why I pulled that there. All right, now here is another design tip. You know how we talked about placing your focal point so that it kind of overlaps this edge right here? Well, so that's gonna add some motion and it's gonna make your eye flow and not get stuck someplace. So the other thing that is going to help that is we are going to, instead of punching him right in the center like this, where he is really cute, by the way, and this is the Lasting Label Punch, which I adore. I don't know why I hadn't used it very much until just recently, when my my hexagon punch was on back order, so I had to pull something else out, and I'm really happy because I love this little guy. And I think that the edges just really bring out the fun factor in these soft drawing lines on the stamp set. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna punch him off center, okay? I know that feels a little weird, but I'll show you both versions and you guys can tell me what you think. So here is how our puppy is going to sit on our card front. Okay, so he can sit like this, or if we have one that's punched right in the center, he's gonna sit like this. And I feel like this version has a little bit more interest to it, especially when we open our card. It's like he's kind of edging in to the middle of our card. So, well, I'll show you again in case you're not convinced yet. We'll do. All right, but now we need a greeting. And like I said, Love for You has lots and lots of choices. And I mean, pets, love, they go together so well. There is a happy Valentine's Day and happy anniversary in this set, but congratulations, you know, each and every day, thank you. You could use this for anything. So I'm going to use this Nobody Gets Me Like You Get Me image. And where is it here? Nobody Gets Me Like You Get Me. And we're going to go ahead and pop this onto our block. Try to make sure I don't bend that so it stays straight. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stamp this. Now, here is your reminder. Think about stamping on your designer series paper. Instead of stamping always on cardstock scraps, think about how you can use these really subtle patterns and get some extra mileage out of them to do some stamping. So I've got a piece here of our the back of this yellow paper because I think that this will make a great stamped image. And so we're going to go ahead and stamp this. We're going to bring back Azure Afternoon, and we're going to go ahead and stamp this right on our designer series paper. And we're going to leave a spot at the left side for a little extra from our stamp set. Okay, so Nobody Gets Me Like You Get Me. And we need some snips. Let's go ahead and trim this. And I'm going to show you another reason why I have our puppy stamped to the side. But before we do that, I feel like we're missing an opportunity if we don't use this little ball here. So we're going to go ahead and pop this one on a block. So let's get our paw print here put back. And we're going to pop this little ball on here. And because, you know, he's like a, you know, fluffy dog, I'm sure he likes to play ball. And we're going to go, oh, I missed it. We're going to go ahead and pop this on here. So let's see if I can re-stamp it. Yeah, pretty good. All right, so there we have our little ball on there. Extra dark since I stamped it twice. And we're going to go ahead and pop this together. Now here is how our piece is going to fit. So now because we've got the dog stamped to the right, we have room to attach our greeting to it. Whereas if we had our dog stamped right in the middle, attaching that greeting would really overlap him quite a bit. Okay, so another reason right there. So we're going to go ahead and pop this on here as our focal point. And I'm going to put some dimensionals underneath here. Do you guys go through dimensionals like crazy? I really, really love them. They just add so much to have those extra layers popped up on our cards. And, oh, thanks, Cindy. All right. And hello in North Dakota. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and pop our dog here. Now, like I said, I'm going to overlap the edge. You'll notice that I put our dimensionals on the back of this piece here. So that way I knew that they wouldn't accidentally seal our card shut, because that is a sad, sad thing. So I'm going to go ahead and pop one dimensional on the edge here. Again, not sealing our card shut. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop a little bit of glue here so that everything kind of stays straight and attached to our card. All right, so now we have this element that really stands out when we open our card, and it just helps to sort of draw your eye across there. But we are not finished yet. We have a couple of embellishments left to add to this project. So the first one is, I really like the idea of the heart punch. So we use this country bouquet punch on our last project for this sweet, I guess it's not a sweet, but we used it right here to make these little hearts on our Andy Warhol inspired card. See, there's my hexagon punch. Also lasting label works great. And so these hearts are a really fun embellishment, and they add just a little extra whatever to lots of things. So I'm going to bring this in because we didn't use the Azure Afternoon quite as much. I'm going to bring in this blue here, which is actually probably balmy blue, so a little bit lighter. And I'm going to punch a little strip of paper here to give us a blue little heart to bring out the blues in our cards. And this is going to fit right here on our card front. So I really need a mini Stampin' Dimensional. Remember that we have these in 2 sizes, and these little teeny ones, here's the size comparison there. Size comparison they're so convenient. So I'm going to pop this here on our card just like before so that it doesn't doesn't overlap the edge accidentally, and then add our little heart there, okay? Now, it needs bling, right? Hey, Becky, hey, Carol. We are bringing bling in the form of the rainbow adhesive back dots. And I think these are available right now, so don't miss them. This is actually a half package, so picture twice as many of these in here. And the great thing about these is they're designed to go with the Lighter Than Air Designer Series paper. So you have all of the color choices at your fingertips to figure out how you want to add to your card. So let's see. I think I'm going to go with, really any of these would be a good match. I might go with, I'm going to go with the yellow. Just one of these little tiny ones, I think, here. And I'm going to pop that on there. All right, so there, it's going to echo this color and our dog and just add an extra little element there. So let's take a look. All right, so there's our little yellow guy. And our Nobody Gets Me Like You Get Me. And then our open card here. So Anna, oh, let's see. Yes, Anna says that she was on the fence about this stamp set, but now she's kind of getting nudged over the edge. Yes, well, keep in mind that I'm going to show you 2 more projects with it. So here is the one I shared the other day. This is the first monthly tutorial, LovenStamps Monthly Tutorial project. This is going to be our second one, and then I have actually 2 more during the month of March that you'll see from me. So yeah, if you don't love it, if you're on the edge now, just wait. You're gonna want it for sure. So these guys are really cute, and there's lots of different possibilities of things that you can do with them. So I think the card I'm going to show you next with this Pets and More stamp set actually features a whole bunch of the pets at one time again. So that will be kind of a fun and a different greeting set, because honestly, because it doesn't have greetings with it, it just gives you a license to use any greeting set that you want. So among other ones that we used Happy Hedgehogs last time for this Finding a Friend is the Best Discovery of All greeting. And I'm going to have a Sweetest Cherries feature coming up, and a Charming Sentiments, which I don't have sitting here. So lots of good possibilities for it. All right. Well, I hope you guys are excited about the pre-Friday. I will actually be back in a week. Next week is spring break here. So we're going to go ahead and take a little hiatus from our videos. But I will be back on, let's see, whatever that is, you guys will figure it out. So not the next week, but the following week with more cards to share with you. And I hope that you guys will have a great weekend, that you will take a chance to do some stamping, especially if it's still, barely spring where you are and it's a good time to still be inside. But grab some pastels, because here tis the season for all that good stuff. So have a wonderful day, everyone, and I will see you for Maker Mornings with Meg again, not next week, but the following week. Rest assured, I will have some fun things scheduled to post next week while I'm gone. So you can keep an eye on that for crafting inspiration on the LovenStamps Facebook and Instagram, and I will see you guys soon. So have a great day, happy stamping, and happy pre-Friday, everyone.